Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are presentation about the empowerment strategy of the city poor woman based on non-formal education in the city of Semarang. We are from Indonesia and exactly in Semarang, Universitas Negeri Semarang. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Lintang Marhamah Watianur Azizah, Faculty of Science Education, Universitas Negeri Semarang. And my expertise and skills: the first, debate; the second, public speaking; and the last, motivator. The second speaker, the name Muhammad Fauzi Fitriandika, Faculty of Social Science, Universitas Negeri Semarang, from Indonesia, exactly in Semarang City. Expertise and skill: Muhammad Fauzi Fitriandika, the first, mobile apps development; the second, web programming; and the last, public speaking. The first introduction. So many cases in Indonesia about poorness. The percentage of poor people in Indonesia in March 2019 amounted to 9.41%, or 25.14 million people, divided into urban 9.99 million people. And in Semarang, poverty has decreased every year, such as in 2017 there were 4.62%, and the years 2018 some 4.14%, and the years 2019 some 3.98%. Currently, poverty is an important problem and is not resolved quickly. The cause of poverty is one of the lack of employment opportunities and skills possessed by poor women. So, it takes cooperation from all parties as the main key through education and training. Community empowerment strategies are needed to overcome poverty in order to gain proficiency or work-related skills. Currently, the community empowerment strategy is needed through market-based education and training in the business world and the industrial world to achieve better education and training goals. Community empowerment programs with the aim of having skills that in turn can improve their economy. General education and training participants come from weak economy or poor. Revelation argues that urban people have the opportunity to get jobs more easily than rural areas because in urban areas there are many home industry, company, government and private institutions. Besides that, almost all poor people in cities are working poor or people who have job but still poor, and one of the reasons is that they have low skills that do not match market needs compared to the poor in the village. they have a higher income. The urban poor have to pay additional costs because of the high cost of living, such as opportunity costs, health costs, and social costs. Kotzebue stated that basically poor women have the ability to option research through relatively good existing opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, the second about literature review. Urban poverty will be a major challenge for policymakers in the Asia Pacific region in the future. As the population continues to increase, the intensity of poverty also increases. It is necessary to have an in-depth understanding of the nature of urban poverty. They also need accurate data showing the dynamic, trend, and condition of poverty for local and national policy makers using three dimensions, namely the first, a state of having no income, and the second, lack of access to public service, and the third, powerlessness or helplessness. This study provides a broad picture of the characteristic of urban poverty and its intensity. These three dimensions are interconnected with one another. According to Tohir Shah, poor is a condition that generally describes the household, community, or someone who is in their need, especially in relation to meeting the most basic need. This will experience various limitations, but on the rules that must be carried out socially, economically, politically, and culturally. Generalizing idea. The poor in rural areas have almost never heard their voice, let alone heeded, and have no income or land that can be cultivated and do not get certain public service. The urban poor have a job, have an income, live close to public service centers, and are more likely to be heard of their conscience. Rebellion Shaw stated that about 641 million people in Asia Pacific live on less than $1 per person, and about 65% to 18% of them live in cities. The urban poor have to pay additional costs such as high living costs or food needs and certain service, even though they have a higher income than the poor in rural areas.
And then, the clearer view is expressed by Ms. Arthur, 1986, that the most important thing in enforcement is active participation in any decision-making process. Such a pattern is needed to achieve personal goals among the many choices that exist in society. In fact, everything is done by professionals in the name of enforcement. Therefore, much criticism has been directed against the enforcement approach. This approach can fail to perform its function in the process of controlling community access to research. On the other hand, this approach actually makes the community unable to be informed Gilbert 2007 states that employment growth will occur only in professional type jobs and recommends that institutions and training pay attention to all types of skills and competence required by the workforce in the future. Will of course continue to work on basic skills such as much reading and smart thinking. 3. Research methods. Using a cabinet approach methods, namely qualitative and quantitative. This research was conducted with a development and utilization strategy, with this model consisting of breadth of analysis, development, evaluation, distribution, acceptance. The qualitative research process depends more on context. In other words, researchers encode and describe their research, which becomes the reality of research because it is based on observation, even though this only deals with the problems they experience. The mixed method design is implemented in connection with the empirical investigation of education and training carried out by the organizer of the PKBM Community Learning Activity Center. Ladies and gentlemen, this population ensemble of the study are poor and employed people located in Semarang City, Central Java Province. The sample of the study was 8 people consisting of 2 PKBM managers, 2 PKBM facilitators, and 4 education and training students organized by PKBM from among the organizer training as well as from poor employed female students in Semarang City, Central Java Province. The education and training program is open the public who need skills and have the desire to work or become entrepreneurs. The age of students vary from 70 until 45 years. Respondents are interested in being informed because they want to have skills that will support their life. Participants were taken as sample using the non-probability sampling technique, namely proportional sampling, and based on the research judgments consisting of elements containing the most representative characteristics of the population that best match the research objects. Ladies and gentlemen, 4. Research findings. This research resulted in the development of community involvement strategies through education and training based on market needs. By using this model, education and training profiles are successful in graduating students and they have the skills and at the same time they can immediately work both in the industrial and business world. This is because the education and training process has been directed at market needs, link and match. Through education and training based on previous strategies that have been used by organizers. However, these strategies have not yet obtained optimal results because they do not involve market needs. The flow of information strategies through education and training based on market needs as started by the manager can be described as 1. Urban poor women. 2. Informant targets are individuals. 3. The targets are individuals who have the potential to be informant. 4. Education and training organized by institutions in charge of non-formal education. 5. Training tailored to the market needs of the business world or industrial world. 6. Bringing together the results of training according to market needs and potential target groups. 7. Making the community informed. 8. The and there is an economic informant. This was also expressed by the facilitator who at the same time evaluating the informant strategies model for education and training in the learning process. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our conclusion from our presentation. Conclusion. The findings of development of community involvement for education and training held in 2016 in Semarang City have gone well and have significant effect on the graduate rate who are ready to work in both the business and industrial world, and in the end are able to improve the economy of the two market needed basic education and training information program implemented in 2018 with a total of 20 students who successful page 39 students or 97.5%. Will our person has got a job first, so he'll leave education and training on the 39 participants who graduated. 35 have already found a job or 87.5%, with details of 27 working in companies industrial world, and 8 participants carrying out independent business. And when compared to the 2014 until 2015 community involvement program, only 16.45% had successful pace in training, while only 45.2% succeeded in getting a job. It provides that the development of a community involvement strategy model for education and training can be used effectively. Mulyono 2011, Hoster 2013, and can be defined as a strategy as started by Hoster 2013, stating that community involvement requires high commitment by both social, and it has a positive impact or effect on community involvement. Ladies and gentlemen, I think enough. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.